Okay, why are you filming people's cars when they're coming out of there then? Because they're personal cars, aren't they?
Yeah, because they're in public.
Well, they're not in public at the moment.
Who are you?
I'm a police officer.
Alright.
You want to see my ID?
Yeah, I would really expect you to show it to me.
There you go. Detective Sergeant Jamie Wiseman.
DS, yeah.
Okay.
And any detective work to be getting on with, or?
Well, no, I'm due to be
more
going
worried about. Alright, then go home then.
No, I'm more worried about you filming people's private cars. Police officers get a bit jumpy about that.
Why?
Why? Because people don't like us.
Okay,
Some
well, I'm not.
Against police officers.
Well,
you're filming our personal cars when we come out.
But I don't.
That makes me very jumpy.
Why are you? What are you jumpy about?
Well, my personal details going out on social media or something like that.
So you're just assuming that it's going to go on social media? Do you know any of this? Like, you're just assuming?
No, I'm asking you.
Because this is what I'm choosing to do with my time today.
Yeah, but why are you doing that? Did you say you're not interested in people's private plate?
No, I'm not.
You're recording when they come out of there.
What can I do with someone's private plate? Only yourselves in the DVLA could pull that info.
I've got no idea.
Okay, well, rest assured, I'm not interested.
It makes me feel very uncomfortable.
Sergeant walks out already rattled. And that's the problem. Instead of assessing what's actually happening, he's reacting to what might happen, letting paranoia drive his policing. He claims Coley's filming private number plates as if they're secret information, when in reality, every plate on the road is public by design. The moment the sergeant says, "I don't know, but it makes me feel uncomfortable," he exposes a whole mindset that ruins these interactions. It's policing by emotion, not evidence, and definitely not law. Coley didn't create that discomfort. The sergeant did by confusing personal anxiety with professional duty.
I feel very uneasy.
Right.
And
so what are you trying to do?
To investigate that.
Okay, what do you want to investigate?
Why you are filming Hampshire police stations. Is my conversation not clear? Are you not clear on what I'm saying?
This is a camera, mate. I've given you assurances that I'm not here for any trouble.
Have I explained that? Have you not registered that?
I don't even think you are on edge. There's three of you. I've got a camera. Like, you guys are armed. Like, why would you be on edge? Should I not be the one that's on edge?
When we're coming out in personal vehicles.
Yeah, but what can I possibly do with your personal vehicle?
You tell me.
Then you should maybe consider taking the bus to work or something. I don't really understand.
Why should myself and my colleagues or our way of getting to work?
Because you're so concerned about security arrangements and whatnot. So if it's such a security risk...
I'll tell you why, because police officers get attacked on and off duty.
Right.
That's what makes me nervous.
Okay.
And they do that because people share our private information and track us down to where we live with our families. That makes me nervous.
This is where the excuses start getting laughable. When Coley tells the officer, "If you're that worried, take the bus," the officer actually says, "Why should me and my colleagues go out of our way to get to work?" That's ridiculous. He's the one claiming there's a security risk, not Coley. You can't park your personal car in public, wear a uniform of authority, and then complain about being seen. That's not a security threat. That's pure hypocrisy. Then the sergeant jumps in with another excuse, saying officers get attacked because people share their private information. That's not what's happening here, and they know it. Coley isn't sharing home addresses or personal details. He's simply filming from a lawful public space.
Attack police officers. Well, if you don't have any idea, then you can't be making those assumptions. Like.
Oh, I can.
Well, no, you just said I have no idea. Like, you're a detective, mate.
I work in this industry, in the security industry, and I know police officers have been followed home. I know police officers' vehicles have been targeted.
Okay, well, I'm telling you that I'm not interested in harming any police officer.
But I don't know that, do I?
All right, well then, what are we gonna? How are we gonna proceed then?
Well, I'd like you to go if possible.
So is that gonna what does that achieve? Like, I'm not gonna go.
Well, it makes me feel better. I don't understand why you'd want to put me on this edge.
You haven't given a good reason for doing it.
I don't need a reason though. What I'm doing is lawful.
Okay, I'm not saying it's not lawful.
Okay, so why would I need a reason?
It's just like my colleague is explaining it.
Do I have to account for my actions in a public place doing something legal? You can find it strange. It's not illegal if it's strange. Like,
is there anything you need to report to us today?
No.
Is that the reason why you're here?
No.
No? Why are you here then?
To film.
Why to film?
Because this is what I want to do.
Filming?
The sergeant isn't even pretending to hide that he's policing purely on emotion. When Coley calmly asks, "How can we proceed then?" the sergeant actually says, "I'd like you to go if possible." And when Coley presses him, "What will that achieve?" his answer is jaw-dropping. "It will make me feel better." That's not law enforcement. That's feelings enforcement. What makes it even worse is how every sentence revolves around him. "It makes me uncomfortable. It puts me on edge. It would make me feel better." Since when does a member of the public have to cater to an officer's personal comfort? It's completely backwards. The police are meant to serve the public, not the other way around.
Obviously, police officers and police staff coming out of there, be on edge. Why does he film me? Okay.
Because we're in public. You guys have got cameras everywhere. Like you're filming.
There's
like,
CCTV all the way around.
of
the
course
city,
there is.
isn't
Exactly. So what? I don't know why we've got such a
And obviously today
front
we've got another
about
Do you not think
filming.
that the police station could be a security risk?
Is it not a secure building? Like
That wasn't my question. Do you concede that people may want to target a police station?
no.
You don't concede
Because
that?
it's not. I don't think it's a valuable target. I don't know what sort of people you're referring to. I don't think this is a valuable target for a terrorist. Has a police station ever been attacked
Yeah, up in
by a
London they
terrorist?
have.
Has they?
Yeah, London
Which
police
one?
stations have been attacked quite regularly.
I don't think they have.
Okay.
Name a few.
Well, name one then.
So, yeah.
So you can't name them, but you're saying that it's happening. Well, which one then?
I can tell you, but I won't.
What?
I can tell you, but I won't.
You can tell me, but you won't.
Yeah.
All right, that's a bit odd. I don't know why.
You not giving a reason for being here.
And Coley challenges a security threat claim and asks if a police station has ever been attacked. The sergeant confidently says, yes, quite regularly. That's just false. There have been isolated incidents, mostly decades ago, or related to Northern Ireland's troubles, but nothing that remotely supports the word regularly. In fact, UK terror data shows attacks on police premises are extremely rare. Modern threats have targeted public spaces, transport hubs, and crowds, not random police stations. And then his colleague chimes in with, I can tell you, but I won't. Like a playground taunt instead of a professional response. That kind of smug, evasive attitude perfectly exposes a problem. They weren't engaging in honest conversation. They were just trying to win an argument.
When you pose a threat, I wouldn't be irresponsible and come and do this. Believe me. And if this was behaviour that I knew that terrorists engaged in,
But it is.
I would have
They
no,
film targets. They
What,
definitely-
overtly
Well, they might do.
with this little crappy
How do
little
I know you're
gimbal.
not a terrorist? How do I know that? How do I know that?
You don't know that, but you have to go
Exactly
based
right.
on what you do know. There needs to be an objective
Yeah, so
basis.
What I do know is I've got a man who's not willing to give his details stood in front of me who's filming police stations.
Okay,
So that's what I do know. That's the facts.
okay.
Is it not?
So me filming does not implicate me as any sort of like prospective terrorist
But it
or otherwise.
raises my suspicion.
Well, you can be suspicious all you want. Like it's not a crime. You suspecting me of doing something is not a crime. You need to have some sort of reasonable suspicion or objective basis to suspect me as a terrorist.
No, well, at the moment, I think you are filming a police station
Yeah.
with no reason to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You are refusing to give your details. I have no idea where that information's going, and I know you have.
The moment shows just how far the sergeant's logic has fallen apart. When Coley says, if he'd known this was terrorist behavior, he wouldn't have done it. The sergeant replies, how do I know you're not a terrorist? That's absurd. Policing isn't based on guessing what someone might be. Cole's answer, you have to go off what you do know. An objective basis is exactly right. Officers need clear factual grounds under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act, not fear or imagination. Yet, the sergeant keeps digging, saying Coley is filming for no reason and refusing to give details as if that alone justifies suspicion. But filming in public is legal, and withholding details isn't an offense. He's creating a problem that doesn't exist. It's pure feelings-based policing dressed up as counterterrorism, and it completely exposes how poorly trained he is.
43, is it? I think we can do that. I think we could do that.
Sure you want to do that? I don't think you got grounds for a Section 43 search.
Well, I'm telling you, I think I do, okay? So,
Well, it's not about thinking. This is objective. It's not an opinion,
Okay,
is it?
okay, look.
The legislation's black and white. It's not I think.
you can have this conversation with the solicitor afterwards, and they can come after me at a later date. That's absolutely fine, okay?
Okay.
That's your right.
So you're going to abuse my rights now, yeah?
Okay, no, I'm not. I'm going to use our powers.
Okay.
So what I'm saying, I find your behaviour very suspicious.
Okay.
You are filming not just this police station in Hampshire, but other police stations in Hampshire. You can give me no legal,
Listen to what you're saying, Hampshire.
there's no legal reason why you are doing
Okay.
that, other than because you want to.
Yeah,
You are
that's- I don't
refusing
need
your
a
details,
reason.
So we can't even verify who you are or what you are doing it for. Therefore,
Not obliged to
I
give
consider
details.
that to be quite a big terrorist risk. Okay, so you are now detained for this search.
This exchange.
This exchange is a perfect example of what happens when authority replaces understanding. When Coley challenges the sergeant by saying, I don't think you have grounds. The sergeant replies, I think I do. That tiny phrase exposes a massive failure. He's relying on personal belief, not legal basis. Section 43 isn't about what an officer feels might be suspicious. It demands articulable, objective reasons that any reasonable person could understand. Coley calling him out, saying it's not about thinking it's black and white, is exactly right. The sergeant's words show he hasn't grasped that detaining someone under terrorism powers is one of the most serious actions a police officer can take. It requires precision, not hunches.
So these officers are going to search you now in order to see if there is anything that needs to raise that suspicion even further.
So what items? Who's conducting the search firstly?
These two are going to conduct the search.
But you've just launched with it. So what are these officers going to be searching for?
Anything related to terrorism.
Such as what? That's a bit abstract, isn't it? Any sort of specific items?
Not at the moment.
So you're searching for my ID?
Well, no, and anything relating to terrorism. So if all of a sudden we find ID and that says actually this bloke's okay, there's nothing to worry about.
I am okay. I've told you I'm okay.
Yeah, I know you've told me, but I don't know that. Or it might say he's on a terrorist watch list, and then we've got something to worry about, haven't we? So
you're not going to find my info though.
Okay, that's fine. But they're going to search you for that purpose.
This power doesn't. I don't have to provide my information in this power.
No, I'm not asking to provide anything.
But you just said you're hoping to find ID, this and that. Like,
yeah, if they find it, we'll look at it.
You know, you can be sued in a civil court.
That's absolutely fine. You can go down that route. I haven't got a problem with that.
You sure you want to do this?
Yeah.
All right.
Here is a great